Hey guys, so I'm back again with a second video about it's going to be basically a three-part video. One about the changes, two about makeup products, and then three would be like skincare, hair care. So what I'm going to do now is talk about some makeup companies, makeup brands that are cruelty-free and things like that. So without further ado, I want to talk about some of the products that I use, some of the products that I used to use and will no longer use, and kind of go over some of that stuff with you guys. So and not only did I decide to do this journey because of the cruelty aspect, but I want to do this because some of the companies that I'm using or was using have parabens. And for those of you who are not really familiar with what parabens are basically things that are chemicals that are found in different kinds of makeup, body products, things like that. And those chemicals have been linked to cancers. Cancers such as breast cancer. And if breast cancer runs in your family, as it does mine, or even if it doesn't, anybody can get breast cancer. And so I'm doing everything that I can for my body to make sure that I don't get any kinds of cancers and things like that. So I'm trying to do things that are paraben free for the fact that I don't want to put anything in my body that will never leave my body. And once parabens get into your bloodstream by way of putting things in your body like makeup and skincare and things like that, it goes into your bloodstream and then it can cause the cancerous cells and things like that. So that's one of the things, avoiding the parabens. I am going to list down below the top 5 parabens that they put into most of your body and makeup products that are most known that you'll see and you might want to avoid. Some of the companies are getting clever though, and they're actually masking the names of the parabens so that you don't really know that they're the parabens. So just be careful with, when you do your research, look for things that say paraben free. It is hard to find a lot of products like that right now, but the more research you do, the easier it becomes. The other thing is, one of the other reasons why I'm kind of changing my things around is because some of the companies that I've used for lipsticks, I have found that they actually have lead in the lipsticks. And for those of you that aren't aware, lead is obviously very health hazard to you. And once you ingest that lead into your body, whether it be, however it gets into your system, it goes into your bloodstream and you cannot get lead out of your body. So it doesn't matter what you do, how much you detox or flush your body or your system, it will never leave your system. So, there's things out there like people hear about lead poisoning through paint and things like that, but it's actually in lipstick cosmetics as well. So I'm going to put down below this information as well that I'm writing to you because I've been taking notes on all this research that I've been doing. And again, I am putting all this information on my blog and I'll let you know when it's available. Just so you guys are aware, a lot of you out there are MAC makeup users. And just so that you know, some of the MAC lipsticks have lead in them. They're one of the top 5 companies that do have lead in them. So be careful with that. For those of you that are out there using MAC, I'm not saying MAC is not a good company. I do use some MAC items. They are cruelty and paraben free. However, there is lead in some of their lipsticks. So just be careful about that. You might want to make sure you do your research on that. So there's that. And then the second thing I want to talk to you guys about is, with that said, with the parabens, Urban Decay, I know that I have said in a past video that I was very disappointed that Urban Decay was going, and outsourcing to China and things like that, and I boycotted Urban Decay completely. They have since overturned and they're no longer going to be outsourcing to China, which is amazing. However, I did do some more research and did find that the Urban Decay Primer Potion, which looks like this, the little doe foot applicator, this primer potion contains 5 parabens. 5. In this one little package here. So when you put this Urban Decay shadow primer on your eyes, you're putting those 5 different parabens into your body, and you're allowing your body to ingest those toxic parabens that could eventually turn into cancer. So as I promised myself, I am no longer going to even use this up because it is very dangerous and it's hazard to my health, and I don't want a hazard to my health. So I am getting rid of the Urban Decay Primer Potion. No longer going to use that. You will never see that in any of my videos or in any of the products listed down below on any of my videos. So now as far as the eyeshadows and things like that, I'm still doing research on them because I don't believe that there's the same parabens in their eyeshadows, but If I do find that out, I will be sanitizing and donating all of my eyeshadows because I will not be using things that I don't want to put in my own body. So if other people want to do that, that's fine. Like I said, I'm not pushing my beliefs off on anybody. I just am not going to do it to myself. Okay, so those are the few things that I want to tell you guys about. The other thing that I really wanted to mention, because I myself am a major contributor to this, I like to use drugstore brands because they are less expensive. However, I have just recently, with doing this research about Urban Decay, I have found out that there are, the average woman will ingest about 4 pounds of lipstick in her lifetime. 4 pounds. That's a lot. So think about all the times you put lipstick and lip products on your mouth and how much you ingest a little bit at a time, you know, from licking your lips or whatever. Just so you know, over your lifetime, 4 pounds of that is going into your body, your bloodstream. So through your lifetime, you know, having lead that goes into your body and doesn't leave your body, that should be enough to make you not want any lipsticks or anything on your lips that have lead contained in them. So for the highest lead contents in lipsticks, of those, 3 out of the 4 were actually drugstore brands. Maybelline Color Sensational, L'Oreal Color Riche, CoverGirl Queen Collection, and NARS Semi-Matte Lipsticks all contain the highest levels of lead. And as I said, there are some MAC lipsticks that do contain higher shades or higher levels of lead in their lipsticks. And I will list all that information down below and a link to my blog once I get that up. Quickly, I'm just going to go through some of the brands that are not animal friendly and that I've used in the past that I'm going to be getting rid of or using up or donating. So I just want to go through those real quickly. Revlon used to be one of the drugstore brands that was on the non-animal cruelty list. They have recently outsourced to China, so now they are on the animal cruelty list because of that. So the Revlon Just Bitten Kissable Lip Balm stains that everybody loves, I myself love them and raved about them. They're now part of this, you know, animal cruelty. So what I'll probably do is I will probably sanitize all of these and either give them away or I'll just continue to use these up and never repurchase them. I do have 5 of these, so I'm considering getting rid of some of them. Next thing, as I talked about, I'm no longer a Mary Kay consultant because they are part of the outsourcing to China, and that's animal testing, which I don't, you know, condone now. So the Mary Kay primer for eyeshadows and the 2 blushes that I've been using, I'm, you know, not sure if I'm going to use these up or if I'm going to clean them up and give them away. Color Riche by L'Oreal. This is a big no-no for 2 reasons. It's a no-no because they animal test the company. And number 2, it's a no-no because it has lead. So there's about that much left of the lipstick, which means I used a whole ton of that. So because I don't want to put lead in my body, I'm not into that. I'm actually going to be tossing that away. I'm not even going to give that away. The next one is the Maybelline Dream Bouncy Blush. You guys know I've been talking about this blush forever and how much I love it. But Maybelline is a big animal tester company, so I will use this up or I will clean it up and donate it. Next is Clinique. I talk about the chubby sticks all the time. You guys know how much I rave about the chubby sticks. Well, Clinique, who is no longer on PETA's website for not animal testing because of marketing in China, I will probably just use these up because there's not really much left on these. So I will use all of these up and just not repurchase. I know I just recently purchased a new chubby stick. I'll use that up too and just not, you know, repurchase those. So no longer that. Benefit, you guys know I love their box blushes. Well, I got recently the Dandelion set from Sephora. It was a gift for purchasing something. Benefit, their claim is that they don't condone animal testing. However, they say that it's 100% impossible to not use animals to test for one way or another, which is BS in my, I won't say the word, but it's BS. There's plenty of companies out there that do it. Bare Minerals being one of them. You've seen their line. They've got 1 million products. So you can't tell me that it's not impossible. So these 2 products that I got, I'm actually going to sanitize these. And if anybody that I see that's interested in those, I will give those up because I don't want to be part of that anymore. L'Oreal, another company, again, the Plush Lip Balm, Lip Jelly. I've had this forever. There's really not much left. I'm just going to actually toss this because I don't want any part of using that anymore. NARS, which is another brand. I found that they also are part of the China outsourcing, from what I've been told. If any of this information is incorrect, you can feel free to leave me information down below. But this is what I'm getting off of PETA's website and things like that. So I do have some of this NARS bronze glowy stuff left. I probably will just use it up just to get rid of it. Again, Mary Kay mascara. I'm almost out of this, so I'm going to just use that up. And I'm going to be looking into a couple companies that I'm not 100% sure about. One of them is the Fresh Cosmetics that do the sugar lip glosses. I was under the impression that they don't test on animals because they are a natural brand company, but I do have information into that company to find out. I put a letter into them, so I'll let you guys know. Lip Fusion, which also makes a twisty lip balm. I also want to know if they test on animals, because I'm unsure about that because I didn't see them on the list either. And the Balm Cosmetics. I don't think they do, but I'm not 100% sure because I can't find them anywhere. Not on the websites or anything. So that's another one I'm going to be looking into. And Jouer. If anybody knows if they test as well, I'm not able to find information on them either. So those are a couple brands that I'm not sure about. Brands that I use all the time, you guys know I use Bare Essentials for skincare, makeup, everything. Foundations. Victoria's Secret, I use their chapstick. EOS, those egg lip balms, they're great. They're animal and cruelty free. You can use those. I use the Physicians Formula eyeliner. That's another good one. Tarte Cosmetics, they're another great one. They're animal and cruelty free. Lights, Camera, Lashes. I don't care for it, but it is a good option if you're looking for something that's cruelty-free. And the newest love of my life that has come into my life recently is Stila, which is the lip glaze that I use. Stila Cosmetics are 100% cruelty-free, animal-friendly. They're recyclable, like their containers and things are recyclable materials. And a lot of their products are all natural. So, another great company. So Stila, Tarte, 100% natural, Bare Essentials, Smashbox, MAC, you know, just look at the lipsticks because of the lead content, but just be really careful what you guys look for. And if you guys have any other questions or concerns, feel free to leave them down below. And if there's anything else you guys want me to go in depth about, as far as like body care products and hair care products, please feel free to let me know and I will do another video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye!